You are watching a master at work.
I got A's and B's, so I skipped class. I thought all I need is a bed and a fat. The teacher called on me. I had to think fast. I answered the question correct. Can I get the hall pass? Since elementary is savage. Do you understand me? Chick step to the Slim Jim. I was macho man. Respect for my peers. You know who had to hug the block. The dirt I did bring beautiful things. I'm a flower pot. Never. What's going on YouTube? Your boy CinaMatics. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to be talking about the truth about depression and anxiety. We got a couple models, we gonna pop some bottles, we gonna get paid. So I just kind of want to break things down to you. I have a different approach to a lot of the ailments and things that are happening here. I tend to look at things from an energetic standpoint, which most people don't really look at because I don't know why, to be honest with you. It just makes sense to me because as a human being, we are spirits or energy or light, whatever you want to call it. But we're not this. We're something else, right? And something that's very powerful, much more powerful than we are even aware or capable of being aware of. I remember studying and realizing that as a human being, we experience time in a linear fashion. What does that mean? Linear fashion means from A to Z, or from up to down, or from back to forward. Linear, in a line, right? So time is experienced linearly. So we wake up, or the day starts at 12 a.m., and the day ends at 11:59 p.m. So every day we experience that. How does this relate to mental health and mental health awareness? This would mean that a lot of things that we perceive to be mental illnesses may actually be normal. They may actually be just a byproduct of being in a sick environment or having traumatic experiences, because anyone who's ever experienced trauma knows that they could never be the same person that they were before the trauma. We all know that. So I want to look at depression and anxiety from a timeline so it can give you a better understanding of the root to why we experience depression and anxiety in the actual physical realm. So I'm going on different dimensions so that you can understand that everything isn't just surface. It just doesn't happen in your body. You don't just get a mental illness out of the blue. You don't just have a pimple on your face out the blue. Perfect example, a thought. In order for the thought to come to fruition, it has to go through a manifestation process and an actual physical manifestation process. So for example, I'm going to give you depression. Let's say for depression, you are constantly thinking about a situation that has passed and it's something you can't fix anymore. Either because the person is not here, the person doesn't speak to you, they're just not here. So thinking and continuously and habitually thinking about that would perpetuate depression. That energy stays on you because you're continuously time traveling backwards into the past. Okay. So we're going to do a timeline here. So we're going to essentially look at how we perceive time. Right? Now we perceive time actually in 3 different spaces simultaneously, but there's only one of them that really exists in reality. Despite all of our perceptions, there's only one that really exists. So as we can see here, the only part of time that is real is this. The present, right? That's why it's called a present, literally. That's literally why it's called a present, because it is a gift. It is a gift. To literally be here and alive in this moment is a gift. I'm going to tie it all in together, but I just want to take you on this journey really quickly. We have our favorite, one of our favorites for most of us. You have the past, And for some of us, you have the future. These are stages of time. Let's just say that. Stages of time. So you have the past, you have the present, and the future. The only one that is real is the present. The right now. Me talking to you, by the time you see this video, it will be my past, but it will be your present. But the only time that is real is the present. The future is not real, nor is the past. I'm going to explain to you further why these are not real. Excuse me. Let's start with the future, because the past is a stumbling block for a lot of us. And I know it has been a stumbling block for me many, many years. I've learned how to somewhat minimize it, but I do struggle to at times. But I'm very much aware and conscious of this. And that consciousness does elevate your ability to stay focused in the present. So now we're going to go to the future. So here in the future, this is tomorrow, right? Or next week, etc. This hasn't happened yet. Has not happened. So that basically means when we focus our energy this way, we're losing energy from this part here, right? Because we're focusing it this way. So when we focus our energy in the future, this directly leads to anxiety. Now I'm going to blow your mind, right? I'm going to blow your mind by this. Now, think about this really quickly. Think about if you've ever thought about a deal. Think about if you've ever thought about dating someone. Think about anything you've thought about in the future. It gives you anxiety, typically, because it's a potential-based thing. The future has a multitude of possibilities, and typically, we as humans think the future is in our favor, that we have the time and the ability to do more, or to do better, or to do greater. We always think like that. We don't say, tomorrow I can't do it. I'm going to be able to do it tomorrow. We don't generally think that way, unless it's in our best interest to do so. But that's another story. The future is tomorrow. It hasn't happened yet. And when we continue to focus our energy on that, that's what leads to anxiety. You get stirred up, you're restless, you're hype, you can't sleep. It used to happen to me very frequently when I either had a job interview, first day of school, I was going to buy something, I knew that I was going to be nominated for something, whatever the excitement or whatever the event was that had me feeling very anxious, it was because I was focused on the future and not being centered in the present and saying, I got this, I'm going to be good, okay, I'm going to be all right for tomorrow. Not being centered and present. So now I don't want to stay too much on the future. I'm going to jump to the past now. Now you're going to take your energy from the present, and then you're going to focus it backwards on the past, right? This is energy. So now you take your energy and you focus back on the past. The past, over here, this accounts for yesterday. Last year, last month, etc. This already happened. Already happened. You cannot fix this. You cannot fix this.
You cannot fix this.
You can't go back and change it. You can't alter it. You can't finesse it. You can't make it better. You can't even make it worse. It's done. I gotta put that there. Done. It's done. Right? And I hate to be cold, but I know that I struggled with this tremendously. Let me get up here for a second. Personally, I struggled with accepting that it was done on a variety of levels for a variety of reasons. But I will say that Acceptance is one of the biggest things we can do as far as dealing with the past. Now, this video that I'm doing right now, I probably could chop it into 15 different sections. I wanted to keep it organic. You know, I didn't even really do any type of pre-planning for this video, but I wanted it to be organic for one simple reason, that this specific thing that I'm showing you here is something that's going to illuminate a lot more other things later on when I really get into the meat and potatoes of the videos and the content that I really want to bring to you. But this can set a standard and rubric for how we're going to proceed when we're conducting ourselves in the world every day. The past is done, and it's already done. It's dead, pretty much. You cannot revive something from yesterday. You cannot unspeak a word spoken or unthink a word thought. Once you've done it, it's done, right? So we as humans, again, because our energy is constantly in motion, we cannot center the energy to stop the motion, emotion, energy in motion. We cannot stop the energy from going backwards, right? So we're projecting ourselves and our energy backwards to a dead place that is done already. What do you think you're doing to yourself energetically? You're not feeding yourself the energy that is required to be here in the present. You are draining yourself and depressing, because this is the root, my friends, to depression. Depression's root is staying in the past. The energetic cause of depression is staying locked in the past. The energetic cause of anxiety is staying too far in the future. The only real place is the present. So if you focus your thoughts on something that is dead, you're going to receive a lot of depression and a lot of depressive energies towards you. If you focus your energy on something that has not been birthed yet too much, because of all due respect, humans, we are multidimensional. We exist on all of these planes all at once, all at the same time. That is why I can be here in the present and use my mind as a time machine and think about yesterday or last week or last year or a century ago. I can use my mind to do that. The same way I can project myself into the future, into a place that is not even existing yet, and to a person or a vision of myself that is not even here yet. But it is here in the future, if I project it enough. But not too much to a point where I am anxious, because I cannot be appreciative and grateful for the present that I have. So I just wanted to shed some light on the real roots of depression and anxiety, which is different or added to what the DSM-5 has already said, which is the roots and symptoms of depression and anxiety. This is another element. And when you think about it logically, it makes sense. Our emotions is what clouds our judgment 10 out of 10 times. No questions asked. Our emotions is what normally clouds our judgment. So I hope that this right here sheds some light on the reasons why we have anxiety and depression, and how we can not do that. I want to elaborate on how to actually stay grounded in the present, but I'm going to do that in the next video. So if you want to understand how to stay grounded in the present, make sure that you click the next video or check out the next video that's going to play right after this one, and it's going to be a good one for you. It won't be as long as this one, but it is something that's going to help you to stay grounded and centered in the moment. It's your boy CinaMatics. I hope this video helped a lot. Please like and subscribe, and please hit a comment below. Turn on those bells for your notifications so that you can be notified anytime that I drop some new content. And check out the second video. Holla!